Alright, so we're playing some more MUT solo battles here.
It's the second round of the Madden Ultimate Team Playoffs. It's the coach in Orlando.
Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Yo, what up, Charlie Lee?
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made by K1 Short.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Wentz going to throw. Steps away. On the crossing route, that's caught. Julian Edelman. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 39 that time.
Nice movement there by Carson Wentz outside of the pocket. Completes another pass. Help me out here, partner. He's not sneaky athletic. He is athletic. How many times do I have to say it?
You've been making that declaration for a while, and at 6'5", he ran a 40 of 4.77, so not only big, but he can move.
That's a good time for a quarterback. He and Andrew Luck, similar physiques, similar athletic ability.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding him to no gain.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free?
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Carson Wentz taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in,
So
that
I
hurts
need
a
to
defense
win
psychologically
these
a
next
heck
2
of a lot
games,
more.
and I'll
Bailey
get the
now
top.
to kick this one away.
The solo battles because the last time I looked, not sure.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Now Roethlisberger. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Now Roethlisberger on first down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Jerry Rice, the one he was looking for. And it's second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Chris Carter, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Glover Quinn.
Glover Quinn came into the NFL as a cornerback, but he's morphed into one of the better safeties in the league, and he just finished this one off with that nice pick.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. DJ Moore, 36 yards. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. And he's got it up and through. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
So I just want to try to get the ball back here because the ball back.
This is Sanders, and he'll get this one up to the 26. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On third down, it's Sanders. Flip across halftime.
Set. Blue 30.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. That's caught by Howard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Set. Black 30.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. And the Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. We have hit halftime. You sure you're ready for the third quarter? Need to use a bathroom or anything? All right, cool. Let's go. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Now Roethlisberger to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I know some people express surprise when Barry Sanders catches the football because his rushing numbers get most of the attention, but he also contributed in his career in the passing game like we just saw there.
Yeah, he had nearly 3,000 career receiving yards, and I think that gets overshadowed by the over 15,000 rushing yards that Mr. Sanders had. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division every year is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
First, back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the fourth. Now Wentz on third down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Deion Sanders.
That hit really messed my guy up.
At the 29-yard line. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting out and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just dagger plays downfield. I'm going to get some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. Now that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start.
Set. Blue 30.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 6-yard pickup. It's still a few chain links short, it appears, with 4th down coming up. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to
At least
no
we got that
avail.
stop, so now
And
we
the
don't have to
Colts are
worry
going to
about
take
that.
over
Getting
with
a
a
touchdown
football.
to go back.
So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for a strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
Ram, ram, ram.
Wentz to throw. His throw incomplete. Edelman was the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Going deep here for Edelman. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in
doesn't really
practice. Get
matter
ready for this one.
if they
Take
score
the big
here,
shot
but I
right
just
out of
wanna
the
go
gate.
for it.
At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this is caught. He hits Landry. Now the Steelers
got
put a
it,
stop
baby.
to the action with a timeout defensively. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Hang in there, man.
So the
Hang in
big
there
play
now.
gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. And the Steelers signal for another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Flush to his right. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. As he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get him home free. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And the Colts add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's third down. From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Maybe let's just go for a touchdown.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
He's going to look deep for Edelman. This is caught. The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt.
All right, that was a good game. Now let's go ahead and check how much more we need. So I only need to get 10,000, like 11,000 anyway. So let's just do like semi-pro. Just to make sure that I can get it, you know.
Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchdown.
We see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, Watson. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And now it's second down. A little too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Watson on 2nd down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all?
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. It was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now this offense ready to head back out there. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Jamal Sheard on the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just let it straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first.
So what do you do?
Crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage. He breaks through. It's nothing but room to run.
On is the punter King to send it away. Now Sanders. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The first carry now for Ricky Williams. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. On the crossing route, that's caught. Julian Edelman. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. And give him a gain of 37. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On second down, Williams. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Joe McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it two different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Watson now to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Williams up right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Watson. And this will be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. And he connects with Ebron. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Here's Watson. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To the air yet again, Watson. And his throw here is incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Watson. Ebron's got it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This from 44 yards away. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. This from 44 yards away. And Zuerlein's kick is good. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Great 15, great 15.
A final shot before half for Wentz. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. On this first half lead, now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. DJ Moore, 37 yards. And the Colts add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch.
Black, got it out, got it. Down. Green, down. Green.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. Fights him off. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They'll try the air now with Watson. Dumps it off to Gurley. And Hill running right through it. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up a third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the gun on third, Watson. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Todd Gurley, 26 yards. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. Getting your back involved, what's the important? And now it's blocked. And all the defense has it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a little temp?
You would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
And get 2 points.
they can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Ricky Williams, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Watson on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley. That'll bring up second down.
Coverage was great everywhere that time. He tried to get it to his outlet, tried to get it to his running back, but sailed it a little bit too high and actually left his body open for a big hit.
Green the line.
Throwing again is Watson toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here's Watson, and that's incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Sanders shaking and baking. Well, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And he spins past him and into space. Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Ricky Williams, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
And here now the offense heading back out there. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was a team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward. I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Coverage was excellent downfield. I think he was more throwing that football away than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely, because everywhere you looked, they were covered.
Sometimes it's better to go ahead and be convinced that there's no place to fit in the football than to go ahead and force it and turn it into a bag play.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Marquette King now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And Sanders now to return. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume it. And now the offense getting ready on second down. McCown giving to Powell on the draw. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Good luck blocking John Randall, by the way. He lives in the backfield.
Yeah, he certainly did. Remember back when he played on that really hard artificial turf, which helped his get-off. Such short footing. He's so quick out of the blocks.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Jabal Sheard in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Wentz. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play there for Indy. And even 50 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this...
Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very highly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. On third, he's got zone with the game. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Bailey now to kick this one away. Darius Stewart now on the return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. On 1st down, McCown. Here's Wolford over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They got 29 yards that time. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
On 1st and 10, here's McCown. It's caught on the left side by Curse. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. And so far, a very nice, methodical opening drive.
This has the feel of a scripted drive that they rehearsed perfectly all week long, and now they're executing it on game day.
Script looks good so far. To throw is McCown. He was trying for his running back, Bilal Powell, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. McCown will try again on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better than it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Bilal Powell taking it in from the 20. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. They'll run it with Williams. Oh, what a juke into space. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Williams takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
He'll look to throw. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jarvis Landry, 45 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Josh McCown of the Jet offense heading back out there. This is something we've seen many times over the course of his career. Can he pull off another 4th quarter comeback?
And it's very strange, isn't it? Because when it's a player of this magnitude, even though the guys on defense have the lead and are sitting in the best spot, they're maybe the most nervous people in the stadium because they've seen this happen to too many people before, too many teams. They've got to find a way to shut him down.
Here we go again for the grizzled vet. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
And that one, Oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And they take a knee. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. And they will take a knee here.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the fourth quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee. Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was.
Welcome in, everybody, to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the coach, and we're set to bring you coverage from Madden Ultimate Team. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the new...
Game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
McCown to throw on second down. They'll hook up over the middle to Pryor. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That'll be a Jet first down. McCown on target to Pryor.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now they'll throw with McCown. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Working from the gun, McCown. And this is going to be incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Here's McCown to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they're likely force a field.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
I know it looks easy to a lot of people when you're kicking the ball. I mean, it looks pretty simple, right? Snap, put it down, kick it. But playing in the snow, that can throw off your timing just a bit, and that can wreak havoc, as we just saw there.
Well, it throws off the timing, and I just think it's an extra advantage for the team that's coming in to block it because they've got a hold on the offensive side, and, of course, the kicker and holder and snapper, they've got a lot to deal with.
What can't be underestimated.
And got his man complete. There he goes, Julian Edelman. The 20, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis. Julian Edelman, 80 yards. And the Colts are in for 6. Well, that's how they envisioned to get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. New York set to take the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. McCown now on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for him. I'm going to hand this one off to Powell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
But he was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
On second down, here's McCown. Pryor has it complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
From the gun on 3rd, McCown. And that's complete to Wolford. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Throwing on first is McCown. Wolford's got it, complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the fourth quarter. McCown throwing on second. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
This is a real lift for a defense. It's been a long drive, and you're starting to drag a little bit out there. Been pushed back, and now instead of caving in, here's the play you were waiting for. And the interception means that long drive is going to yield nothing for the offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Williams. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down.
On the ground, this is Williams. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over. Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach welcoming you to Madden Ultimate Team. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the New York Jets. With that, we head up to MetLife Stadium as we'll hand it over to the two men that'll call the action, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to... And the offense gets set here for a third down play.
Regular. Yeah, that's it.
Throwing is McCown on third down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Daniil Hunter able to get outside the numbers and drop him for a loss of a yard. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown all the way. Stopped after a very short game, but I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Wentz going to throw. And he's got his target. That's more. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on. What a terrific way to open things up in this game. They've established dominance early, and that's all teams talk about each and every week. Who's going to take control, who's going to win the line of scrimmage, and who's going to get the running game going, and that's what they're doing. Because right now, they've tilted the field to where they are actually running downhill, as we like to say, and it's really hard for defenders.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Williams, and he stopped immediately there. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And that is incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision making?
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And they'll run it here. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first two plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now wins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gonzalez. Touchdown, Eagles. The important extra point up and through, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back to throw. Throw left side to the tight end, Walford. That goes for a gain of 31. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You have to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. They'll look to throw. That's caught right side by Anderson. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. He's back to throw. Dumps off to Powell. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And another timeout taken by the Colts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. McCown to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Now McCown. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. Here's McCown. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier.
Welcome in, everyone. I'm your host, Jonathan Coachman, and this is Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the New York Jets.
And the offense readies for a first down and 10. On first down, McCown. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. McCown, that's complete over the middle to Anderson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. A reminder coming up at halftime while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box. We'll be sending you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. The grab made by Curse over the middle. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Into the red zone now. It's McCown. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And right now I take my rudimentary kindergarten skills and draw where the tackle box would be because that was close. I thought he was in the tackle box. He has to be very careful where he gets rid of the football from that spot.
Yeah, they say there was a receiver in the area, though.
Yeah. There's always a receiver in the area.
McCown looking to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
To throw, it's McCown. The ball comes out. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expected to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yeah, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over, and it's knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Wentz. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 36 yards. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll rifle this one. It's caught inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive.
Staff is winding down. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a guy who only became a starter relatively late in his career. It's the well-traveled veteran, Josh McCown.
It may feel to us fans that Josh McCown's been in the league for about 30 years now, but it was the 2002 draft that delivered him to the NFL. And how does he stay in the league for so long? Great teammate, terrific leadership skills, knows that he can help develop young quarterbacks, and when called upon to play, usually delivers.
First down carry now for Crowell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Maybe just a slight detour on. Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the third quarter now. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. This fielded at the 2. Nice little juke. And now running right through it. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. On the counter, here's Williams. Shedding through the defense. Space to maneuver at the 40. The 40, 30, 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Ricky Williams, 74 yards. And the Colts add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. McCown now on first down. It's caught by Clive Walford. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
A good opening drive has them inside the 40. 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground. Now, this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. This is fielded at the 7. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Let's 5-3. Let's 5-3.
They start the second half here with Williams. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Here we go. 120.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Quick slant, caught by Moore. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. It's Steve McClendon that time who winds up getting him down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Throwing his Wentz. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically. But it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And they'll go with a ground attack here. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run. This is Williams. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players because him in the world down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up.
Hello, everybody. Coach here, welcoming you to Madden Ultimate Team. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the New York Jets. With that, we head up to MetLife Stadium as we'll hand it over to the two men that'll call the action, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, happy to be with you. And CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
Working from the gun, McCown, and his first pass is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. On 1st and 10, here's McCown finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise.
Nowhere to go here. He lost lost the football, but I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case,
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. They go plotting. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And this is caught. It's Edelman. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Julian Edelman, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a guy who only became a starter relatively late in his career. It's the well-traveled veteran, Josh McCown.
It may feel to us fans that Josh McCown's been in the league for about 30 years now, but it was the 2000.
And he loses the football a second time. But I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter three. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Runs through the contact. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
Adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A nice run leaves him just inches from a first. Could they possibly be tempted to try this on 4th and about a foot? Going for it, and this is the fullback crunch. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Hey, 4th and inches. Why let your quarterback try and sneak for it? Give it to the guy who's born to fight for those tough yards. It's a fullback dive, and he just makes sure he secures the football and then plows forward to pick up the first down.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The impressive opening drive can this 4th quarter play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Ricky Williams, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And a 9-yard run on the end of it. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Colts pick it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. McCown going to throw. And his first look. Is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Back to the air on second down. McCown. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Jets football as we and a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the 2014 NFL interception leader, Glover Quinn, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And they'll go on the ground. And he's got this one down to the 10. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. And they'll run it here. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
They run. It's Williams. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the
Hey, it's the coach in our Tiburon studios in Orlando. This is the NFL on EA Sports, and this.
Now the Colts offense ready here for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. The linebacker, Derek Johnson, in on the stop.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Third quarter starts with a run from Lynch. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now, it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. A good opening drive has them inside the 40. 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing them...
We're back now in KC. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Play action. Now Wentz. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone to force it. He try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter. Now a hit and a loose football. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Time for a break. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st down in field goal range already. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw. Wentz. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he stays up. He may try and run for this. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. And they'll get up and spike it right at 40 seconds to go. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He's back to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. 1st down Raiders. The former Packer Jordy Nelson on the receiving end from Carr. Back to throw. And Cook has it left side. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. He got 29 yards that time. And he'll spike it with 16 seconds remaining. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it. But it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go.
Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the...
And now the offense getting set, 1st and 10. And they'll go with the ground attack here. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a 1st down.
All right, I've got to be careful here, all right? He's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
No, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely. Still got a lot of life left in those legs.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 you pick up there, and it keeps the drive alive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Right back to him on 1st down. And now running right through it. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They'll roll him out right. He can run for it, and he will. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big...
Let's go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Mario Edwards Jr. there to bring him down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially got his dick.
Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Julian Edelman, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
the timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now on first down. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, Carr. Over the middle. It's incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And that'll bring up second down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them. And not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they got a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. It's caught. Nelson. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. They were trying to get it to DeAndre Washington. And it's second down.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
To throw is Carr. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. Third down here. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not in...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Right back to him on first down. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Back-to-back nice game. 14 yards and another first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as in the first one. He takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game. Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the
Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando. I'm the coach, and this is Madden Ultimate Team. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Oakland Raiders.
And now the offense will look to convert on third down. From midfield, here's Wentz. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Justin Ellis able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be fourth down. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken. And the offense gets set here for a third down play. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And Rudolph has it left side. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down. And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want, but I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And they'll run it here. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
We're back now in KC. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the fourth quarter. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. He wanted that end zone, powerful running, but he couldn't quite get there.
And that's going to really make him upset. And right now, there's no way he's letting a coach take him out of the game. He's going to want the ball again, so he actually does get into the end zone, hopefully on his next carry.
Now he's going to set him up with a first and goal. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up first and goal.
Yeah, it's a nice running right there. That's what got him the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
To me, that's a terrific run on first and goal with the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
On second and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. They'll run it with Williams. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Ricky Williams taking it in. And the Colts can now take if they convert the extra point. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. Bailey now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
I think that was a pretty good read right there. They caught him in zone defense and went to the hitch. And because they're in zone, that creates a natural space between the defenders and the receiver, able to get it to him quickly and let him get upfield.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
On second down, here's Carr. And complete, right side to Cook. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Back to throw, Carr. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Cooper was the target there.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They're up by 1. They have the football. The key here, just don't do anything silly, right, Charles?
That's exactly right. You know, all the admonitions as they ran out there. Take care of the ball. Secure everything. Be tight in everything that you do. No let up, no crazy plays, and they can go home with a victory.
Let's see here if they can do all those things and hang on to this victory. Again, it's Williams. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow.